I mean, look, I read today about a 10-year-old girl with Down syndrome who was taken from her mother and put in a cage. I read about did you say want to a 10-year-old with Down syndrome being taken from her mother?
Pick anything you want out, but the bottom line is very clear.
You?
When you
How
cross
absolutely
the border
dare you,
illegally,
sir?
you
How
have
dare
given
you?
up the
We have
rights of this country.
Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski has been charged with simple battery by Florida police, who say surveillance video shows Lewandowski grabbing journalist Michelle Fields at a campaign event. Earlier this month, after Fields accused Lewandowski of assaulting her, he responded with a tweet saying, "Michelle Fields, you are totally delusional. I never touched you. As a matter of fact, I have never even met you." Lewandowski continued to tweet about Fields, calling her an attention seeker and questioning her journalistic integrity. Fields responded on Twitter with this picture of her bruised arm, writing, "I guess these just magically appeared on me." Trump released a statement saying Lewandowski is absolutely innocent of this charge.
And Kennedy, don't forget, we know that the whistleblower is a former CIA agent who was detailed to the NSC, who's probably back at the CIA, who hates this president more than they love their country. And the fact is, they never had any firsthand account of what transpired.
Corey?
Yes?
Did you have a little Merlot with dinner?
No, should I have?
You sound a little slurry. You sound a little Biden-esque.
No, look, what I'm mad about, Kennedy, is that they're still blaming the president for this conversation with the Ukraine President Zelensky. And what this is really about is people who don't love this country as much as they hate the president.
I love this country. I love this country so much that I would like to hug it till it squeaks.
Yeah, but Kennedy, there's no president in the history of our country before this one who's had so many leaks. And that should be a real concern for our national security apparatus.
Yep. Thank you, Corey. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Maybe a cup of coffee. All right.
Prior to the Meuller report being published in redacted form, did you ever misrepresent what you did on behalf of the president?
I can't think of an instance where that would have occurred.
Let me show you an interview that you did.
I don't ever remember the president ever asking me to get involved with Jeff Sessions or the Department of Justice in any way, shape, or form ever.
Did you hear that, sir? That was you saying on MSNBC, you don't ever remember the president ever asking you to get involved with Jeff Sessions or the Department of Justice in any way, shape, or form. That wasn't true, was it, sir?
I heard that.
And that was not true, was it?
I have no obligation to be honest with the media because they're just as dishonest as anybody else.
So you're admitting, sir, you were not being truthful in that clip, correct?
My interview with Ari Melberg?
Yes.
Can be interpreted any way you'd like.
And, sir, it is true in May 2019, you absolutely remembered when the president asked you to deliver a message to the Attorney General of a speech for him to give related to the special counsel investigation. Isn't that correct?
I'd have to think about it.
Are you claiming, sir, that, and you had been interviewed by the special counsel about those very events in which you discussed and you said was accurately reported in the report a year earlier. Are you saying, sir, you may have forgotten it by the time you were interviewed just before the report was publicly released?
I'm saying my memory was clearly much fresher when I actually gave the interview with the special counsel's report.
Sir, is it your testimony before this committee that when you said you did not remember the president ever asking you to get involved with Jeff Sessions or the Department of Justice, you were saying you were being truthful? And, sir, I don't believe there's any reason to consult with your counsel. The question is, are you a truth teller in that interview?
I'm a truth teller every time I stand before Congress or a committee of jurisdiction and raise my hand and swear to God under oath.
My question, sir, is when you said the president never asked you to get involved with Mr. Sessions.
I have no obligation to have a candid conversation with the media whatsoever, just like they have no obligation to cover me honestly, and they do it inaccurately all the time.
So you're admitting that on national television you were lying there?
What I'm saying is they have been inaccurate on many occasions, and perhaps I was inaccurate at that time.
Okay, so you wanted to get in on something Angela was saying. What is?
Well, I just think it's important to remember, right, that the President of the United States
has an obligation to still govern the country. And if he wants to engage in partisan politics, I don't think this is the right venue for it.
Let me be very clear. Donald Trump has been attacking the president long before he began campaigning for this important office. He is the one who was the spokesperson for the birther movement and was calling for transcripts for and saying that the president was an affirmative action admittee of Harvard.
So did he ever release his transcripts? Oh, well, you raised the issue. I'm just asking. You raised the issue. Did he ever release his transcripts or his admission to Harvard University? You raised the issue, so just yes or no.
Okay, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Law review editor, the first black one.
What is the importance of Barack Obama's Harvard transcript?
I'm
asking you, how is it germane to the election in the American people?
Look, the only reason it's germane is because she brought the issue up and said Donald Trump raised the issue of his Harvard transcripts, and I just simply said, have those ever been released?
Yeah.
And the question was, did he get in as a U.S. citizen, or was he brought into Harvard University as a citizen who wasn't from this country?
By the way, George, to question the qualifications and to say that somehow he was some foreign enrollee or because he was an African American did not belong I think is blatantly disrespectful.
Nobody said that.
Germane?
Nobody raised the issue of his race other than you.
What is germane?
You raised the issue of his race.
But you think he's Kenyan. You think he's not from here.
No, I didn't say that.
You just said that. You said that you think he's not from this country.
So where is he from?
So you're the one who's raised the issue of his race, so if that's the issue that you're still dealing with, then that's your problem, not mine.